Major Connor Zilisch is going through social media before meeting with the media, but talk a little bit about your experience in the announcement today.
Yeah, it's been a day I've dreamed of for a long time. I never thought that I would get to this point, so I definitely wanted to enjoy today and just and soak in the moment, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what led to the emotion, and just what makes today so special. So yeah, glad that I was able to get this announced finally, and just be able to get everything out of the way, and now I've got an Xfinity Championship to focus on the rest of this year.
What do you think the challenges you're going to face next year?
It's just the Cup Series. I mean, it's the hardest form of motorsports in the country, and one of the toughest in the world. And everybody's really good. The teams are really good, and it's just a whole different ball game. So, I'm excited for the challenge, but I really am gonna have to work hard to find my place in the Cup Series.
What are some reasonable expectations for yourself for next year?
I don't set expectations for myself, really. It's so hard to do that, and there's so many variables that I don't even want to go down that path of setting an expectation and getting frustrated because I didn't meet it.
What does your family think of this?
Yeah, it's kind of happened so fast. It's hard to really put words to what it means to all of us. I don't think anybody knew the name Zilisch 5 years ago, and now I feel like it's known kind of around the country, and it's become more so of a popular name in our sport, and that's really special to me and my family, and I think we all just are struggling to soak it all in, but it's regardless, it's really cool.
Did any other teams make a run at you, or you just knew you were going to be here the whole time and it was a waste of time for them?
I've been a contracted Trackhouse driver for years now, so no, there's been no, I can't, and I wouldn't. I'm happy where I'm at, and I want to enjoy my rookie years in the Cup Series with Trackhouse, and look forward to continuing that relationship for a long time to come.
Yeah.
Connor, you said in being in the Josh Wise program, you've changed as a person and on the track. What are those changes? How have you changed?
Just my mindset and how I am behind the wheel. What I think of when I show up to the racetrack every week. It's all in the head, and everybody. When you get to these levels is very talented. Nobody here got here, because they're lucky or because someone put them there. They earn their spot, and at the highest levels, it turns into a mental battle. So, I've just become so much more mentally strong, and have been able to get myself through a lot of good and bad times, and that's what's allowed me to win so many races this year.
Up to you, how do you know that you're getting bigger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I realize that every week when I walk from the hauler to pit road to go to the racetrack or to before the race, the walk gets longer and longer every week because I have more people stopping me, and I'm getting crowded and having to walk and sign autographs. I've gotten better at signing my autograph while I'm walking, so I've been working on that and trying to get that down, but I love it. I never say no to a fan that walks up to me. 5 years ago I could walk around these places and nobody would know my face, and the fact that I can walk around here and people know who I am, it's so cool to me.
What has the overall experience been in the last 3 months? From all the ups and downs, from getting all these wins to this announcement, having to sit out Texas, and everything in between.
Yeah, I've talked about it to my entire team. Jimmy, Marty, Jimmy, my PR rep. He's been in the sport for a long time, and there's no script that could have been written for how this year has gone, and it's I hope they could make a documentary or something, one day to just recap it all, and it's you guys have only seen half of it, like what's gone on behind the scenes. So yeah, it's been a wild 4 months for me, and that's only a small part of the book of my story. So yeah, it's winning races is fun. I there's no other thing that I'd want to do, and just having the opportunity to do that every week has made for a lot of fun.
Does that kind of wild ride make this moment right here that much more special?
Yeah, everything makes today special. Every moment, the wins, the losses, the injuries, everything. It's all led me to this point, and for that I'm grateful, and I every day I wake up and I'm blessed that I get to do what I love. and that's kind of just the moral of the story. So yeah, it's the journey makes the destination, special, and that's really what's been cool for me.
You said you didn't have any expectations, but last night you were thrilled to match Christopher Bell's record for most wins for rookie season. Now you got to go and beat SVG's record of 4 wins in a rookie season. Can you do that in 2026?
Not setting expectations. I didn't set expectations for this year, and it's gone well for me, so I'm not going to do it next year, and hopefully the results stay the same.
Yeah,
But you know about the record.
I know about that one, but there's no point in chasing stats. It's a rabbit hole that you can get stuck going down trying to chase numbers and stats. It's I just try to enjoy the moment and have fun.